Hey everyone, this is Black 117 here, and we're going over our BPL D2 um, week 11, I believe, battle as we're up against Faded. So I'll be giving a brief update. So for our week 10 battle, we technically got a forfeit win. So um, I'm just gonna be skipping over that week. So I just heading over this one instead. So basically we just got a forfeit win there. So, however, that's just not, um, since this is sort of like the end of the season, it does sort of solidify our playoff spot. So now we're gonna be up against teams that are likely gonna be in playoffs. So that we may face round one or round two. So depending on how the brackets and seedings go. So, anyways, we're up against Faded, and yeah, he has a very cool team, if not gonna lie. He has a Coding Greninja, which is pretty strong if you ask me. Having stab on everything. The parent Mega Gallade right there. The Raikou or I don't know how you pronounce it anymore. Ever since I don't know. I remember that movie where like I forgot what Pokemon movie it was where I remember the minute they pronounced it wrong, it was just like, yeah, that started that. So, then we have Ferrothorn, and then we have Kyurem. So, those are the threats that I was kind of concerned with, like the Mew, and I believe the what else do we were concerned with this team Faded has. So, he has Licky Licky Talonflame. Yeah, that's about it. But really, I just was more concerned with the Mew because just about everything like else I was expecting. So I was just oh wait, he actually brought like, let's say Raikou or Kyurem, but then again they actually could work in this game. So anyways, a little bit of my rambling outside. I'll be bringing a defensive Zapdos, a Defog, which support Aloe with Toxic. Pretty much my main answer for a Grand. Jirachi with Body Slam, since a lot of his Pokemon are very fast. And yeah, and especially for that Kyurem, because I don't know what the hell that thing can do. So I do have Rocks on Jirachi, so that could help. And Wish, because I was kind of like, I didn't really know exactly what moves that I wanted on my Jirachi, so I brought Gardevoir and Kyurem this game for once. I think Kyurem is scarfed and Gardevoir is just offensive in general. And also, but it did have some like useful options, like oh, you hopefully you may see it or may not. So I don't know. And lastly we have Blaziken with Pyro Punch, plus stupid strong stabs, Flare Blitz, and HJK. So yeah. So right off the bat, like, it's not really like pretty standard if you ask me. So we'll just be going on to battle. So here I lead off with Jirachi as he leads off with the Ferrothorn, and he pretty much brought both our steel types. And to be honest, like I wish I had Fire Punch, but at the same time I just know that Body Slam is just gonna like just chip down this, or just get the paralysis on certain mons. Of course, Ferrothorn can't really do anything to me aside Leech, or just like set up with his own hazards, or for Faded. So I'm just gonna go for my own hazards, as he's gonna go for his Leech Seed there. So, and really, there's not really much I could have concerned with here. And I'm just go to Zapdos, and he's gonna go for a double Leech Seed. However, he misses, so it's kind of a fort. However, because this Kyurem's gonna come in, and I'm gonna be able to do some chip damage with Heat Wave. So pretty much he's forced to go for like a Roost right off the bat. You could try to predict this, go for Earth Power, or even Ice Beam, just attack what's in front. I am concerned with what the third option with Kyurem is, whether it be Substitute or something like that, because that's something that could be really annoying. So, which is why I brought a certain setup with Gardevoir. So, here I go to Jirachi being my best answer to it. So, but then again, you know, I really don't like my Jirachi here. because as you can see, Grand Gallade and like everything here, you could just wall Jirachi. So, but it's my only answer to Kyurem. So, yeah, we both bought our Kyurem, so it's kind of ironic, and they both dreading each other. So, I did go for Body Slam, try to fish for a paralysis, and here I made kind of a dumb play, and I honestly thought I could just go for Body Slam, not for the paralysis, since I know this won't paralyze, but just for chip. I should have just went hard into Zapdos. Like, the reason why I didn't do it is because I was so concerned of him going back to Kyurem for the with Volt Switch. But then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for Body Slam here, as he has Will-O-Wisp. And I got so used to I honestly got so used to seeing Defog Pain Split Rotom that I rarely see Will-O-Wisp, and I'm like, god damn it. I fell for that, so now we're this Jirachi's kind of useless now, except for the fact that it has Wish, but I don't have a Cleric. So, aside my own Aloe, which is a Wish variant, Heal Veil or whatever, it does have Defog, so yeah. And based off the fact it has no leftovers recovery, he might be just Berry. So, very important for me just to keep him low, so it doesn't activate. Here I just go for Discharge. And honestly, at this point, I'm like, crap. I was hoping for a paralysis there because that way, my other mons could actually just outspeed it naturally. I am running Adamant Blaziken, so that could be a problem. So I still don't know a lot about this Kyurem set. So yeah, he makes a good prediction here and goes for the Earth Power, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I could do much with this Jirachi. And I'm just gonna go for the paralysis, Body Slam, and I actually did get it. So, but to be honest, between Discharge and my own Body Slam, that's Green Grace, I should have been able to get it. So, I had a higher chance to get the paralysis. So, this does put me in a favorable spot to just set up rocks, and yeah, I'm just gonna go for rocks here. And he's just gonna kill me with Earth Power, so he gets a Spadef drop, but honestly that didn't matter. As I'm about to make it up, I go to Blaziken here because honestly, I don't want to go to Gardevoir because that's gonna be a rinse and repeat cycle, and it's gonna be he's gonna I still don't know enough information about Ferrothorn where it has maybe T-Wave or something like Bulldoze. That could just, chunk, or even Toxic in general, so, we still haven't seen a lot from Ferrothorn, aside maybe, Rocks or something like that. I don't know if I use Rocks. I'm just gonna check right now. Did it use Rocks? I know it's a Leech Seed, so, but then again, I haven't seen enough information on Ferrothorn, so, even now that I'm just doing this replay, this post-con replay, so but anyways, there's this Kyurem out there, and I'm like, yeah, Gardevoir isn't a good switch, same with Kyurem, and Ferrothorn's still healthy, so I'm forced to go into Blaziken just to threaten this thing, or just get the Oko with HJK. And, sometimes people say that you have to go live with well, you just have to go with your strongest attack. You sometimes have to go for your strongest attack and just hit the other side, not the other target, and just hope for that the thing gets paralyzed, and just you get boosted with your speed. So, yeah, that whole turn just happened. Basically, Kyurem just got paralyzed, and I just got mopped with that. So, that could be pretty bad because Gran could possibly have Water Shuriken. So, now that puts me in range of that shit as well. So, and also a boosted Shadow Snake if Gallade sets up. So, losing that HP might be really costly. So, here I connect, and actually this turns out to be a roll. With the Chople Berry. I'm not so sure exactly how much of a roll it was, but maybe it might have been in his favor, it might have been in my favor. It just depends, because because he already did take some chip damage with rocks, and based on the damage with Heat Wave and and like Iron Head. It seemed like it wasn't like that bulky of a Kyurem. Like it did have some defense and like, investment and some HP, but I don't know. So you gotta be offensive still to just take on the rest of my team. So yeah. Anyways, I do connect, and I do get the damage on Kyurem. So basically the plan here is just to try to get an end game for my my Kyurem B or Gardevoir. But of course he gets paralyzed, which is very unfortunate for him. Soul paralysis can be really bad here, so I honestly should have just went for Pyro Punch, but I just go for Flare Blitz in case he just goes into Rotom, and I didn't want to like risk the thing getting like his berry back. So, but then again, he was probably gonna get it back anyway, so I just go for Flare Blitz just for insurance. Here he goes to Ferrothorn, and here I decide, I'm gonna make a weird play, and I'm just gonna go for Go Fish, and yeah, try to Wish Up, and just see what coverage he has. And he's gonna go for Gyro Ball, and really, I could just regen this back up, and I could go to Blaziken and recover. He actually reveals Rocks, so Leech Seed, Rocks, Gyro Ball, and I just go for Flare Blitz, and he actually is Aqua Berry, so at least he doesn't have leftovers or anything like that for a pop-up. So now we basically just ship this thing very hard, and this is really good in my favor because yes, Blaziken is already back to square one, being low, but getting rid of this thing is really nice, and the fact that Rotom may and may not have like Pain Split, and it's out of berry range, so a 50% berry won't activate, is really good. So now I could just go for like I could just make the safe plays at this point. So he does reveal Protect, so I do save Blaziken for later in case like I need it as a sack fodder or just another win con. So here I just gonna go for the Heat Wave, and yeah, get rid of this Ferrothorn. And yeah, now he goes into Raikou and takes some rock damage. And at this point, I'm like pretty much debating on like oh well, who to switch in, but it was like pretty obvious that if this thing is some sort of setup version, like he would just go into like he would just try to Carmine right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go hard into Kyurem and just hope that he doesn't go for sub. And yeah, he actually goes for the Calm Mind, and at this point, I'm Scarfed. I have Outrage. I'm Adamant, Max Attack, and there's no Dragon switches anymore. So, and Rotom just got chunked. So everything is about to die. Outrage. And Raikou is dead. Oh, Poltergeist comes in, but that ain't gonna save you from this Outrage. And I actually get lucky and get another turn of Outrage. Now, this is actually kind of interesting because, of course, I'm still locked in, but like, if this would have, the game would have been very interesting if I didn't get the third turn or second turn Outrage, but the fact that like I did get the third turn means I'm guaranteed to get damage on this Gallade, and Gallade needs to attack me right now. It can't set up. I pretty much denied Gallade of setting up whatsoever because now it's just gonna like he has to go for either Close Combat or like Drain Punch, or hell, Knockoff works too. So yeah, but then again, you'd rather just get back HP. So here I just go for Outrage, and he's not invested enough. So yeah, I am confused, but at this point the game's over because I just have to sack one Pokemon, and my Pokemon is Go Fish Diallo. And I honestly could have just switched up here for differential, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna end the game with style. And first of all, I'm just gonna go for Toxic. Just have insurance. A little bit of insurance there. And then I'm just gonna like let my own Pokemon go down. Go for a Waterfall there. Just get some chip. And honestly, if this was a playoff game, I would just go for the win con. So, But either way, I'm gonna go Kyurem. And of course I have enough Pokemon to like win the game with toxic damage, so but I want to go out with a bang and just go for Outrage. So yeah. So yeah. We beat Faded 4-0, so thinking back at it, I think getting rid of Kyurem and Ferrothorn was like huge, and weakening the Rotom as well. Because basically the fact that Rotom didn't have Pain Split or like what is it, the and it was just Berry was very helpful. Yeah, right there. So and also the fact that Gallade didn't get in the field not early is really helpful as well, since though he had reasons, because of course you don't want to switch into Discharge, or and you don't want to switch into a Body Slam or whatever, so I can see that. And also Blaziken, you don't know what you're gonna get with Blaziken, and not only that, if you go with the HJK or like a Pyro Punch, Flare Blitz will definitely kill the following turn, so and then Gardevoir didn't do its thing, but you know, still there. But yeah, I think the main star of the show was Kyurem. Like, once Kyurem, like, yeah, and also Blaziken to the degree, like, Blaziken and Kyurem just wall breaked his entire team, like, to the point where, like, and I guess say, like, I guess you could say Jirachi did its thing, paralyzing the Kyurem, which is huge. And Zapdos, well, it did something, well, at least, so. But anyways, that's gonna be GG defeated. So overall, I think we played this game very well, and we were to keep our main win con, which was the Kyurem. And honestly, the only thing I didn't like was just getting getting Jirachi burnt, really, and also like, you know, the little RNG that just occurred right there with the regarding the HK miss and the what do you call it, the double paralysis. But to my defense, all I needed was the chip damage, in a sense, because if I'm able to get chip on the Kyurem, like, and if like even if Blaziken goes down, like, Kyurem is super weak at that point and it's paralyzed, so Zapdos can kill it with Discharge. Like, it would for sure kill it with Discharge or something like that, or same with Guard or like Kyurem. And also I still have a Zapdos for the Ferrothorn, so. And it would be a very difficult game, though, because I'll probably be like going for Dragon Claws instead of Outrage. But at the very least, I know that Ferrothorn can't really do much because it has Gyro Ball instead of like let's say Power, like Whip or something like that, or like anything that sets up. Like, point being is that it doesn't have anything that threatens Zapdos aside Leech Seed. So and not only that, Raikou is probably the main threat. So basically, I was able to get rid of like the fact that like I did get the secondary paralysis on the Kyurem, on his regular Kyurem, was somewhat fortunate, but I think I still had enough outs to win that game without like Blaziken. So it just made it a lot easier, because like I just got rid of like two of his massive like defensive threats, and like Ferrothorn and Kyurem regular. So in which my own Kyurem, or Kyurem B, just went Outrage spamming. So anyways, I already dragged this video out for long, so I'm just gonna end the video right here. So GG's defeated in the Las Vegas Ludicolos. Maybe might face off again in playoffs, but I'm not so sure. So anyways, I hope you guys had a good time watching this video, so I'll see you guys next time. So see ya.